Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Is there no music in that shit? Game capture. Let me see. Capture audio. There we go. All right. What's up, your mom loves beef? Yo. 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 What's good, everybody? What's good in the chat? What's good, everybody? What's good in the chat? Oh damn, I gotta empty out my inventory. God damn it. Oh, I need the cooler box. can't wait for Classic to come out. Unfortunately, no, I didn't get selected for the online beta. I really wish I had. It kind of sucks when you see people with, on Reddit, admitting to signing up with tons of multiple accounts. Everybody who tried to play by the rules and do what they were supposed to and only signed up with one account got screwed over. Although I did see a few people who only signed up with one account and still got in. Yeah, I feel you, Tony. It's hard. It's hard to stomach it. And especially when you see all the people who are on eBay selling keys. $800. $600. Well, honestly, I can't see us doing a third closed beta. It's just way too much guesswork, you know? Because think about it like this, right? Nexon has spent a lot of time preparing the game for us, but they need to get paid as well, right? So from Nexon's point of view, they want the game to be perfect. However, they need us all to start playing for real so we can spend money in the cash shop. And you already know the most important thing is aesthetics, cosmetics. I'm pretty sure for the closed test, in a way, I think the cosmetics are essentially free. So I'm sure they'll be pushing for the game to release an open beta sooner than later. That's actually a good point, Tony. MapleStory can really only work on, you know, 1 or 2 events at a time. So once the burning is over, we'll probably be looking back to focus on Classic. I was really hoping to get in because I wanted to make a strength bandit. I saw one guy who had one in the first closed beta test. I also wanted to do a axe warrior so I can, you know, check out the whole bleed, all the bleed mechanics in third job. The only difference is that you have a third stat requirement for Strength Bandit. You'll notice all of the weapons have a strength requirement. Therefore, you will have, technically you will have less damage. The way that they deal with it is that the Strength Bandit weapons either end up having 2 more weapon attack than their luck counterparts, and the other way is that they make the attack speed faster on strength daggers. But looks wise, the strength daggers, oh man, they're beautiful. I was actually contemplating buying one of the keys on eBay, but to be honest, that would just be playing into the hands of all the scalpers. Because that's kind of what I was thinking, like, if you buy an online key, are you promoting the scalpers? You know, essentially you're helping them by buying the product that they're stealing from us. The lowest price key I saw on eBay was $400. And that was bought within the first day. Like, I honestly don't understand how they can allow this to happen. Apparently what they did is they tied the keys based off of people's email accounts, whereas for the first test, I'm pretty sure they were just like login keys. Now you have to use the same email just to make sure that you're getting, just to make sure you get in. So technically all the scalpers have to sell the email account with the key. Which is a little bit more troublesome, but still, you know, for $400, I'm sure someone will deal with that. Oops. And I forgot to pot. I do wonder what the class balance is going to look like this time around. Because the Sims were having a major issue. Like, there's no Dexless in Classic World. So technically, all classes are going to be regular. So normal Dex assassins should not be missing everything. So many accuracy issues. In fact, it almost seemed like the Warriors had better accuracy than the Sims. I really like the bleed. There's a YouTuber named Shamana. He got to stream the the closed beta, #1. He played Bleed Warrior. It looked really good. The damage was pretty decent. It's just that for a lot of mobs who are around your level, you'll end up killing them before the bleed is able to run its full course. The bleed mechanic actually seems way better for bosses, or maybe for mobs that have high HP. I know there's no CWK that's going to be released yet, but maybe like a mob like Wind Raiders has a good chunk of HP. And I can't wait to see what Bleed is going to be like third job. I'm sure they'll give some kind of passive that makes it proc more often. Probably increase the damage as well. I also like a lot of the changes they did with Fire Poison. Fire Poison looks really good. And basically both the main moves, second job for Fire Poison, now do damage over time. Both Fire Arrow and the Poison Bubble can get you damage over time, which is also pretty cool. But like we said, if the health is too low, you're not going to get to run the full course of your poison or burn damage. And also one thing I was thinking is for the first test, most streamers didn't end up hitting level 50 until it was almost over. Even with the extremely high rates of EXP from party training, most people still took a long time to hit level 50. So I'm only wondering, with third job now available in the next test, like how fast do they actually, you know, think people are gonna get there? Not only that, people are gonna want to take a break as well. Like after you grind to 50, I'm sure people are gonna, you know, be burnt out. And they're gonna be thinking, oh man, these are the harder levels. The hardest levels are 50 to 70. I notice everybody on Reddit kind of has this attitude where like, because they haven't gotten to the beta yet, they feel as though they won't. I'm sure a lot of people still will. I doubt for myself, I only signed up with one account, so. I really should have just made a whole bunch of accounts and signed up like everybody else. I definitely feel like an idiot for not doing it. Congratulations, Calvin. I'm glad to hear you got in, bro. And I agree with you. A lot of people are just dooming. There's a lot of people who, like myself, use their OG accounts. And I guess they feel kind of entitled. You know, like, oh, well, I made this account in 2004, so why wouldn't they invite me? You know, why would they look past me if I've been playing MapleStory for more than 20 years? But because it's completely random, I guess, you know, you don't really get anything for that, you know? I also saw somebody on the subreddit saying they signed up with 6 accounts. One of those accounts was their OG account, and the one that they got accepted on was a brand new account they made. So... yeah, it's intentional. So what I'm doing is I'm streaming in vertical aperture. It's like for shorts. I could have done a regular stream, but I just wanted to see how it would work out. This viewing layout is so that you can watch the stream on your phone. In the same way that you would watch like a TikTok or YouTube short. So if you click full screen, full screen, Jesus, I'm stupid. Calvin, it's possible that coming back could have factored in. The only thing is, you know, they said that it was completely random, so... although I'm sure they do want to, you know, I'm sure they do want to attract new players. The only thing is they don't need to. Like, their old community is so tight-knit, and it's so vast, that they could survive with the way, you know, just based off of, you know, merit alone. Just based off the, you know, the nostalgia and all the times that people had playing when they're kids, that alone will run all, you know, all of the need and wants they could have for Classic. Meanwhile, the modern MapleStory players will still play the current game. I mean, especially since none of us will. I think modern MapleStory, I've tried it. I've tried to play it. But it's kind of a shit show. Like, you have to make so many characters because the way modern MapleStory works is for every character that you make, the next one will benefit from the attack string. Like, there are these things called link skills, and basically every class has a different link skill. Yeah, that's true. It is great that we don't need HP washing anymore. In the first classic beta test, you could see all the classes have expanded HP pools. They reduce Hyper Body to only give 30%, so that it's not like a, you know, needed party buff like it used to be back in the day, depending on what boss you wanted to fight. I really like those changes as well. The only thing that I'm really not too keen on is how much they buffed party EXP It's so crazy. It's almost like you have holy symbol all the time, and you don't need a priest. Like, we should incentivize players to play with each other, but at the same time, we can't make it so easy that it's just like, well, hop in any map, grab a party, and see how fast you can level. I made a video, it was probably like 3 videos ago. I think it's called the biggest problem with MapleStory Classic. And I did like kind of like a deep dive breakdown. Yeah, Thana, this is ChronoStory. Which in my opinion is probably like one of the better Nexon, I guess it's technically a Nexon ran server. Yeah, the dash thing is really great for warriors because they literally had no mobility. Like, I always played warrior back in the day, and I used to just be a hog rider. Like, I would kill a mob and have to hop on my mount just to get 8 spaces to the left or right and kill the next mob. Just because the movement was so slow. My god. And let's say if you didn't have enough money to get shoe accuracy scrolls, you could have, for a warrior it's kind of great, you just get shoe speed and put like 60% on a pair of shoes, and then you can walk a little bit faster. And I guess maybe if you didn't need real equipment, then yeah, we were all hog riders, I know, right? I guess if you didn't need your overall equipment, you could use the bathrobe that gives you 10 speed. But yeah, mobility has always been an issue for warriors. The dash looks super cool though. And I definitely prefer like ChronoStory over the private servers. Like, I've played Maple Legends, I've played Maple Royals, but my main gripe with them... Yeah, polearm mastery now gives speed. Which is crazy. Polearm accuracy giving speed is absolutely crazy. I'm sure we're gonna start seeing more polearm DKs than spear DKs because of that. It's honestly a nice touch. And basically iron body, that skill now allows DKs to have like so for now, does the classic version have 2 main servers like ChronoStory and R-Tail? Also is later, but the classic server that is finally run. So for classic world, that's something completely different. But right now, the best Nexon made, you know, MapleStory worlds are ChronoStory and R-Tail. I would agree with that. But classic world is completely different. It's a completely different server. And you're not gonna have to use the MapleStory world's UI to access it. Instead, you're gonna be able to launch it directly from the Nexon launcher. Like the same launcher you use to log in, it's gonna have an option for MapleStory Classic. It's gonna have its own dedicated login. And when it goes live, you know, you'll see. But and yeah, snowboards are great. When I used to play DK back in the day, I always had skis. Sky skis are the best, but super expensive. I want to say I bought a set of sky skis back in the day for like 200 mil. Yeah, and ChronoStory and Artale are great. The only drawback is that the channel sizes are so small. Exactly, Thana Pongpan, exactly. This server is basically semi-official, and Classic World will be very official. Yeah, I know what you mean about Legends. Yeah, a lot of people on their multi-client, they actually added a new metric. If you go to the Maple Legends website, you'll see the number of viewers or the number of players, and you'll also see the number of people who are multi-clienting. Once MapleStory Classic drops fully, most people are not going to be playing ChronoStory anymore. In fact, the only reason people play ChronoStory right now is just because Nexon doesn't have a dedicated real old school server. The moment they do, ChronoStory and Artale are both going to drop off a cliff. As soon as Classic comes out, nobody's going to play this anymore. But there are tons of players on right now. Like, you could see all the Smegas. People are always looking for Rex parties. People are looking for training parties. Most players are like in the level 140 plus range. I played a lot of Maple Legends and Maple Royals. In addition to like needing mules, one of my other big issues is that people kind of treat the server owner like a god. Like, people kiss ass to like the server owners, and they want to be in their Discord calls with them. And the way it evolves is that those communities end up getting their wishes answered way faster than average regular players. Give me bootlickers. I actually didn't want to mention Kimmy directly, but yeah. Anybody who's in the same group as Kimmy, or if they're the same ethnicity as Kimmy, if they were to complain, you better believe that you're getting banned immediately. If you said something to someone they didn't like, or if you went to someone's map and you killed a single mob, and they complained to her, bro, they would ban your ass so fast. It's happened to me before. It really is. Like, even in ChronoStory, like, I just saw this message that says if you KS people, that it's a bannable offense. But the problem with that is that MapleStory is a game that's based off of everybody being able to attack any monster on the map whenever they feel necessary. You can't truly own a map. That happened to you too, Invader? Yeah. I got yeah, I got banned for a week too. Feel you. But yeah, how can you own a map? It really doesn't make any sense, you know? Like back in the day, you know, you could tell someone like, hey, I was here first, so technically it's my map. But you can't force that person to, you know what I mean? You can't force that person to leave. Like MapleStory is a free country, bro. It's a free country. You could do whatever you want. Forcing map ownership just doesn't make any choice. Doesn't make any sense. Don't be such a pest. No, I didn't get into the beta. I'm kind of butthurt over it, but and yeah, Calvin, I know what you mean. Like any mage using Blizzard or Meteor or Genesis will basically own the map, and you can't do shit about it. I guess before 4th job, there were DKs who would do it with Dragon Roar. But in order for that to make sense MP-wise, you kind of need a cleric to heal you or, you know, something to that effect. Plus a holy symbol. Yo, Ghost Ship 2. Absolutely. I already know. One of the best maps to fight KS wars on was the Voodoos in Crimsonwood at the haunted house. Oh my god. I've had so many KS wars at Hoodoo's. The Heartstoppers, yup. I don't know why Chrono doesn't have an auction house. And no, not all the keys went out yet. Only the first 2 waves of keys have gone out. Like, they will continue to give out keys all the way up until the day before it starts. And from what they said, if on the very first day of beta, if the player count is not high enough, they'll hand out more keys. The only thing with that is that it's not likely. Like, you better believe with how you know, people are fighting over these keys and willing to spend a small fortune on eBay, that anybody who does get a key, you better damn believe they're going to be playing. But it is possible. You can still get a key. And they can still hand them out on the day of release. I just don't think it's very likely. I saw probably 3 new eBay sellers today, all selling keys for 600. And I think for server performance, I heard that as well, but when I watch clips, I notice even when there's more than like 100 people in Hennessy's map, and there's like 10 fucking Balrogs, people are still having good frame rate. Which I'm glad to see. I'm sure the servers could always be better. You know, like for $600, you could buy a new fucking gaming PC. Like, honestly. A lot of people are selling their old rigs and trying to build new ones. So you'll find PCs with pretty good specs on like OfferUp or Let Go for like 500-600. You could probably get like a, you know, Ryzen 5600X setup or something like, you know, equivalent to that strength for $500-600 on OfferUp, Let Go, maybe even eBay as well. Yeah, I hear you. I'd be worried as well if we couldn't handle MapleStory in 2026. I want to say like the first computer I played MapleStory on had like Windows 98, and I think it only had 2 gigs of RAM. I think I only had 2 gigs of RAM when I started in 2004. And I had to play on low settings. My computer just couldn't handle the high settings. Channel 1 free market, I would be skip framing. Like, I could not see shit. Hey, Wishes, right now I'm playing ChronoStory. And yeah, Invader, the first time I downloaded Maple, like that shit took all fucking night. And if the download had to restart for any reason, you were fucked. Then you'd be waiting 2 days. I started the download and just go to fucking sleep. And I hope that it'll be done in the morning. But yeah, Wishes, this is ChronoStory, which is just a MapleStory Worlds, just like Artale. The only problem with this is like, if you'll look, you'll see loading. See, like the channels are capped to 20 players, and there's hundreds of channels. If ChronoStory could have channels with more than 100 players, I think it would be I think it'd be way better. Because with only 20 players, it's like you won't run into anybody for any reason. And let's say you wanted to do like a Zac run. If you wanted to do a Zac run, you'd have to look for a really empty channel, like a 10-person Zac run. The channel would have to be pretty empty for you to be able to run it there. Man, I'm really happy for anybody who did get in. I've seen a lot of people who, when they got in for the first beta test, starting with brand new YouTube channels, they were taking off. People who made brand new YouTube channels for the first beta, like they ended with like 500 subs. In like 2 weeks. And they might have only made one video. They might have made one video like my experience in Classic World beta test number 1. 20k views, easy. Everybody who was streaming on Twitch, the first Classic test, everybody, unknown streamers just now starting, had like anywhere from like 20 to 50 viewers at any time. Just because so many people wanted to see what Classic World was about. And all the different point of views, like people are playing different jobs. If you were like the highest level in any one job, like let's say you were the highest level assassin or you were the highest level warrior, those people had like hundreds of viewers easy on Twitch. So yeah, naturally I was pretty jealous. I actually seen somebody get like 1,000 subs pretty much. Yeah, I hear you, Calvin. It's good. It's good for you to you know, document it. Just because once it's gone, you know? Like all of the GM events and everything. Yes, Alan, they are still sending out emails. They didn't send out all of them. They only sent out the first 2 waves of invitations. They will continue to send them out tomorrow and the next day. And apparently, if the player base is not big enough on the first day when the test starts, they'll send out more of them. No, I didn't get one. I'm pretty sad about it, but there's still time. And to be quite honest, they could have increased the population for this second test. Like, they already know they can handle 5,000. I've seen people in Discords with some odd like 60 people, where like all 60 people didn't get in. So it's pretty normal for like all of you and your friends to not get in and then hear about some random person who, oh, Apogia? No, I haven't heard of Apogia. I don't know what that is. Is it also a MMO or is it something else? Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. Yeah, it does sound like a spell or maybe a curse. But I'd really like to see them fix the assassin, the issues with assassin. They're missing way too much for being normal Dex characters. And also, like, Lucky 7 has been nerfed way too hard. Alan, I either want to main strength bandit or bleed warrior. Cleric does look dope. Cleric looks cool because they gave Holy Arrow a buff. And it attacks essentially 3 times now, which is pretty cool. Especially since clerics were known for not really having any real attack ability, you know? It's nice to see them get something. They need to incentivize people to play healers. Because in any MMO, any well-built party is always supposed to have a healer. Always, always, always. One of the most important things. In any MMO, you need essentially a tank, you know, which is the warrior. You need a healer, cleric, and some type of DPS. Range DPS is always a norm in most MMOs. Of course, in MapleStory, you could have multiple warriors and a single healer. You know, it still makes overall sense, but yeah, WoW is good. I remember when WoW first came out. Yeah, Paige does need some love. It really does. They really didn't give Paige anything special. I was a little disappointed. Because the thing is, it almost seemed like they expected you to play one-handed with Paige. And basically they have the guard mechanic, but it doesn't really have anything to do with Paige's underlying abilities, which are that they're essentially like a magic warrior. So, you know, no, Paige is not before hero. Paige is a different route. Fighter turns into hero, Paige turns into paladin. Because paladins are pretty much known as like holy warriors. So you'll notice like the paladin class in old school Maple, the special attacks are like holy based. Like Heaven's Hammer is a giant fucking full map. Oh, right. Yeah, Paladin. Yeah. White Knight. But I think White Knight comes before Paladin. It's like Paige, and then White Knight is third job, and Paladin is fourth job. Yeah. Paladins are great. They had like this single attack move that attacks one monster. It's great for bossing. I can't think of what it is right now, but no, there are no pirates in Classic yet, but they probably will be added sooner than later. And I hope that's the end. I hope they don't add anything more after Pirates, because what came next, old school, was Cygnus Knights. And Cygnus Knights really messed up the whole pacing for the game, because Dawn Warriors were so OP. It was ridiculous. Level 30 Dawn Warriors were easily KSing third job warriors. Easily. With that raining swords, it's like swords that rain from the sky. Yeah, that dragon egg. Yeah, I feel you. I stopped playing after Big Bang, because once the Big Bang update came out, like, bro, the whole game just felt so off. Cygnus Knights were way too overpowered, bro. The only cool mechanic of Cygnus Knights is when you finish leveling a Cygnus Knight all the way to level 120, you can get a special character creation. It's called the Ultimate Adventurer. And essentially what it does, it allows you to create a level 50 character for any adventurer. And they basically have like upgraded gear, they have more power. What I'm really waiting to see is how many botters are going to be on fucking Classic when it releases. Of course, Nexon, they're going to be able to detect all of the low-level bots. But there are some people who can create programs or just completely fly under the radar. They're not going to be able to catch everybody. Like, you're still going to see people vacking. You're still going to see people vacking mobs. Bob the Snail quest line, yo, for real. One of the best. All the old quest lines are great. Like Jane and the Wild Boar. I remember there are people, because it was level 35 and you can get 60% glove attack, there are people who would make brand new characters, level them up to level 35 just so they could do Jane and the Wild Boar. And like, you know, the other good quests that give you 60%. I think there's also one that gave you a 30% glove attack as well. A lower level quest. But yeah. Oh my god, the glass slipper quest. The only thing about the glass slipper quest is that the reward was garbage. Garbage. Just like the deed to Black Bull's house. Bro, people spent fucking weeks and weeks trying to get Black Bull's deed and never did. True. Speaking of Korean fan, they're also in beta test 1. I saw someone using a Korean fan, and I thought to myself, what good is a K fan if you can't play Dexless, right? But if you look at the stats for the K fan, even in Classic, they require 0 dex and only luck. So they still made the weapon in a way that it's technically dexless, but you know, dexless just isn't it's just not practical because you still need the dex. Definitely K fans were amazing, bro. Like anybody who scrolled a godly K fan, they would use it all the way up till fucking level 70 easily. Yeah, dexless doesn't work anymore. The reason Dexless doesn't work is because they completely changed the formula. So in old school MapleStory, the luck stat would still give you accuracy. So players were able to still have, you know, some level of accuracy using like, you know, overall with overall dex scrolls, green bamboo hat, and a whole boatload of luck. But now it just doesn't work anymore. They changed all the formulas. They even changed the weapon attack formula as well. So now attack power is based off of 2 metrics. It's based off of weapon attack, but also every weapon has a attack power, a power rating as well. Snowshoes. Of course, can't forget the snowshoes. You had to be rich to afford yellow snowshoes. Like, see, right now, I'm gonna put all these 5 points into luck, and my accuracy will change. Let's see, my accuracy is 66. My accuracy went up to 68 from 5 luck. So 5 luck can net you 2 accuracy. Like, bro, that's fucking insane. Oh, will frozen fish be in the test? I didn't see anybody using any frozen tunas in the first Classic world. But it might. You might see a frozen tuna. You might see a maple bandana. You might see... Yeah, the website for the first test data mine is called MeowDB. MEOWDB. And then just type in Classic World. And you'll see it. I get a lot of the info I used to make my videos from there. They have all the new mobs from Forgotten Hollow. They have the new boss, Rotten Mush Mom, which I kind of like. I like the new Mush Mom boss. The only thing is we already have so many renditions of Mush Mom. Like we already have Zombie Mush Mom. We have the blue one. It's like I would have liked to see a brand new mob for Forgotten Hollow for the boss, and not just a recycled, you know? The same site, MeowDB, has a leveling guide specifically for Classic World, but because of a lot of YouTubers streamed it, you will easily just be able to look through a previous stream. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys know Dino Fries or Dino Fries. Dino Fries, he streamed the whole first beta test and he played Fire Poison. So if you just look at his VODs, you'll easily be able to see, you know, where he trained. Niru, who is a modern MapleStory player, he played Assassin. He's like the guy who got to level 299 and then stopped because he hates Nexon. Guy's a legend. All right, Alan. Thanks a lot, Alan. I wish you the best too, bro. Yeah, anybody who got in or anybody who gets in should definitely make content. It could just be, you know, nostalgia vibes, like, remember your time on Classic Beta Test. Just for memories, you know? It's always important to have those type of things. Like, I wish I still had all my old, screenshots and everything from when I played Maple back in the day, but that PC I just don't have anymore. Yo, yeah, dude, the Halloween baskets, bro, those were some of my favorite events. The Halloween event, because they had Halloween mobs that would run around with the regular mobs. Also the Thanksgiving event that had turkeys running around. Bro, I had so much fun. I had so much fun the very first Thanksgiving event. Because the turkeys also they dropped special drops. Yeah, they were pretty buggy. I want to say the Halloween mobs were dropping candies. They dropped like little wrapped candies. That was fun too. I still remember when Ludi dropped it. The first day Ludi came out. Good times. My cousin, he showed me, he was a person who showed me Maple. He is a Korean kid. Like, my uncle married a Korean lady, and her son came to my house and downloaded MapleStory on my computer. When Ludi came out, he came to my house and he logged on his account to talk to some of his friends. He was level 80. He was level 80 when Ludi came out. I was like, how the fuck? I was like, what does this dude do? Like, play MapleStory all day and all night? Sure enough, he did, but it was crazy. You know where I got stuck? When I first started playing, I got stuck in Sleepywood because someone asked me to follow them there. And I had no idea how to get out of Sleepywood. It took me like fucking probably 3 hours plus. Yeah, VIP cab, yeah. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is take that VIP cab when you don't know where you're going. Oh, man. All the old jump quests were so great. Guild PQ was so much fun too. If you get in a good guild that runs GPQ often. I played on Scania. I played on Scania from the beginning until the very end. And I never tried any different worlds. I never tried Bara. I never tried Broa. I never tried Windia. It was Scania till the day I die. Oh man, we all chased the henny hose. We all did. There are like so many girls I met playing MapleStory who I'd get their MySpace accounts like after you befriend them and talk to them for a while, they'll like give you their MySpace account. I would add them on MySpace. We would talk in game all the time. People really built a lot of parasocial relationships very easily. In fact, I had this one friend, Angela, and then I had another friend, Jamie. Yeah, no, definitely. No, women definitely love MapleStory. 100. But my friend Jamie started getting so attached to this girl Angela in game, and he basically ended up like pressuring her to like meet him in real life. Like, he just kept asking her every day, like, oh, I need you to meet me IRL. Like, I'll buy a ticket and come to, you know, wherever you live type of thing. And then she had to cut him off. And then the three of us couldn't hang out anymore. Jesus Christ, what level am I? 24? Yeah, I know what you mean, Calvin. No, yeah, there are definitely a lot of stalkers. Definitely. And if you pissed anybody off to the right extent, they would just follow you around everywhere and try to KS you. Alright, I'm gonna run out. Wait. So let's yeah. Actually, if you want to hear a funny story, after I 4th job advanced, one time I was killing a Bigfoot, and this Night Lord tried to KS me, and I turned the Bigfoot around and I rushed it right into him. Yeah, Rands Walks, this is Maple Worlds. This is ChronoStory. This is ChronoStory, in my opinion, the best option on Maple Worlds. But one time I used Rush and I rushed a Bigfoot into another player because he was trying to KS me. And for the next 3 weeks, this dude had his fucking guild trying to fucking KS me. Yeah, this is my first time playing Assassin on ChronoStory. The last time I played Assassin was 20 years ago. But eventually I had people who would you know, like for my DK it took me like 30 minutes to kill a Bigfoot. So I had people who would like come watch me and they would say shit like, what is this, a 50-minute kill? Or just make fun of like how low my damage was. And I would fucking go turn that Bigfoot around and just fucking one-shot them. So funny, bro. That's one of the best thing about warriors is you could push mobs into people. And then at one point I kind of became known. People started calling me the Bigfoot pusher. I think I went from probably like 20 fame to like negative 50 fame, killing people with Bigfoots. And I probably sold like Perma Beginner is the best class. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, for real. I probably sold like 100 Bigfoot leeches in my day. And I gave free tow service to every single person on my buddy list. Gary Hudson, this is ChronoStory. It's an option for MapleStory worlds. In my opinion, ChronoStory and R-Tail are the best. If you want to play a private server instead, you could try Maple Legends or Maple Royals. Yeah, they kind of want it to be, they kind of want it to be almost like Iron Man style in a way. Especially like I was showing earlier, there's not really much interaction with other players. Like, as you can see, it's like in a channel, the most amount of players possible by maximum is 20. So by those metrics, like, you're not going to run into anybody else. So although ChronoStory is great, it could be more interactive. And of course, when we're talking about MapleStory, you won't always want it to be interactive as much as possible. Because what's the point of playing by yourself? But yeah, anybody in the chat who's new to the channel, you should check out some of my other videos. I've done a couple in-depth looks at the classes for Classic. Like all the issues with the Assassin class. I've done a video on the Hunter class. They really messed up with some of the nerfs, to be honest. Like Arrow Bomb only being able to hit 4 mobs. It's just so stupid, bro. Like, why would you want your main mobbing to reduce all the main mobbing abilities? Even Warriors, not Slash Blast, right? Is it Slash Blast? But they reduce it from 6 monsters down to 4 as well. So dumb. Like when you're kiting monsters, oh, because people are duplicating shit. Yeah, I can only imagine. You know, once there's an exploit for any game, everybody is gonna fucking exploit the shit out of it. Especially for scrolls. Like if you want to roll, try to get a high attack glove, you might as well just get a bunch of fucking, you know, attack glove scrolls and multiply them. Over the course of 50 work gloves, you'll probably get 1 11 or 12 attack. But yeah. Yo, PQ smuggling. Oh my god. That brings back so many memories, dude. Oh my god, bro. That's crazy that you said that. I remember smuggling passes. I think you had to, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you had to unplug and plug back in your router when you're leaving the PQ, right? Or something like that. Yeah, so many people used to smuggle passes in Looty PQ. That's crazy. Lag switch. Oh my god, dude. Yo, there was a Christmas event, okay, with Christmas PQ. And in Christmas PQ, you had to kill like the boss, who was like, I don't know what you want to call this monster, but he was wearing a Santa hat, right? And if you did the lag switch as the leader, you would get a clear for every single person on the party. So let's say you had 6 people in your party and you're doing Christmas PQ. You pull out your router, plug it back in right as you're clicking to clear it, and you'll get 6 clears. And we called it glitch PQ. So if you wanted to do the glitch, you would say joining glitch PQ. Bro, that was fire. Thank you, Necroville. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, I can get a free pet in here? Ooh, from Bartos? I think his name is Bartos in Hennessy. But yeah, glitch PQ is fire. I want to say, like, I had a character who I leveled from like 50 to 90 in like 3 days of glitch PQ. I loved PQ. I've literally done every single PQ at least like 100 times. I absolutely loved PQ in vanilla MapleStory, dude. And the thing is, the experience was worth it. Like in the first classic test, you can see people who are running KPQ who were only getting like 4% from a PQ. Like they fucked up with the experience metrics. Don't buy it from the pet guy. Yeah, I feel you, Gary Hudson. Seasonal events were awesome, bro. Now it's mostly NX, I hear that. But yeah, I loved PQ, bro. Pirate PQ, it's a ton of fun. Orbis PQ, if you knew how to do everything for Orbis PQ. Orbis PQ is a ton of fun. The hardest part of Orbis PQ is the music tracks in the first stage. That's like literally the hardest part. Double stab, yeah. Syndits. Pumpkin Lantern. Yo, Pumpkin Lantern was a fire weapon. And Syndits were always the way to go. Like, you basically build the character like it's an assassin up until level 30. Then once you hit level 30... Hey, Liquid Gas. Right now I'm playing ChronoStory, which is a part of MapleStory Worlds. Probably the best in comparison with Artale. But yeah, I played Syndit also in vanilla MapleStory. Basically, after level 30, you just turn into a bandit. But before then, you level Lucky 7 and, you know, Keen Eyes. The only drawback to it is from level 30 to 35, you have to just play with regular Lucky 7. Yes, Rans walks. Yes. They drain. That's another thing about Classic, bro. No, Liquid Gas, it won't ruin your nostalgia. Nothing can. Nothing can take away the memories that you had when you were a kid playing this game, and all the fun you had and all the friends you made. But the assassin skill drain in Classic, legend class on Bera. The drain attack is stronger than Lucky 7 in Classic. It makes no sense. Lucky 7 is supposed to be the main attacking skill for assassins. Drain at max level does 240% damage. Like, what is Nexon doing, bro? What is Inkwell doing? And part of some of the things I don't understand about Classic is they have good people on their team. They have Nemi. They have Nemi. She's from the original Wizard team that created MapleStory. Some of the changes, like, I just don't understand. Like, why would you nerf Lucky 7 into the ground so much that players stop using it? I also made a video about that. It's in my videos. It's called exactly, Calvin. Exactly. If it's too fast and too easy to level, it's not going to be the same. People are not going to be able to appreciate the higher level players who did grind. People are not going to see the worth in it when they can just hop in a party and power level to 50 without even a thought. Yeah, Calvin, I agree. Because they're changing a lot of stuff, you know, it's definitely going to need work. But just some of the decisions, like they changed all of the mobbing skills to 4, to a maximum of 4 monsters. Arrow Bomb, Iron Arrow, Slash Blast. They nerfed a lot. And also the range for assassins. Like, you cannot hit monsters as far as I am doing right now in Classic World. Yeah, I think we all want that slow grind, and we all want the feeling of feeling weak for a long time, because once you do become strong, you know. Oh, you think only mages should be limited to 4? Thank you, Liquid Gas. I appreciate it. Definitely, Calvin. Bowmen should always have the deepest range in the game by definition because they're bowmen. I 100% agree. But at the same time, throwing stars are throwing stars. They still need to be able to travel. But bowmen should definitely be the champions of range. You should, Gary Hudson. You should be, you should get to level 30 Islander. And be the like, anyone who's the highest level beginner in Classic is gonna be getting their knob gobbled. Everyone is gonna be like, oh my god, a level 30 beginner, holy shit. And you already know, oh, I think it was you who was asking about the tuna, right? If you play beginner class, you have to use the frozen tuna. No doubt about it. Or aluminum baseball bat. But yeah, Calvin, like you were saying, that mages should be the ones who have their attacks decrease in mob size. That could be good, because right now mages are just way too overpowered. Yeah, the mop. Mop is a fire weapon, 100%. Oh man, I can't wait. I'm praying for a key, bro. I'll take a week's vacation from work. Like, bro, if I got in, I'll take a fucking week's vacation from work. And mages are really overpowered in classic. Yeah, that's true, Calvin. Mages are already goated at mobbing. That's true. But they did receive a nerf though. Because if you look at MP Eater having a 5-second cooldown is like, it almost makes a skill like, what use is it? What use is being able to steal a little bit of MP from a mob and then you have to wait another 5 seconds? Like in vanilla, using MP Eater, you could train on lower level mobs and basically not ever need to use any pots. Yeah, cleric GS2 grinders in shambles. You better believe it. You better believe it, dude. You had all the weapons that a beginner can equip. That's what's up. But with MP Eater having like that big of a cooldown, it's just like they're gonna be spending pots out the ass. And yeah, you're right. Like they don't miss, and I guess their explanation for mages not being able to miss is that why would magic miss? You know, like magic doesn't need accuracy. It's magic. You know, it's like a whole separate it's a whole separate genre of attack style. I actually also just made a video about MP Eater getting a big nerf. But I do love all the changes they did for Fire Poison. Fire Poison really needed it. I heard they did away from the No, I do not think modern Maplers will be able to handle the Zakum jump quest. That jump quest is mighty difficult, bro. That jump quest is so difficult, and the thing about the Zakum jump quest, the first part is hard enough, and when you do it for the first time, you don't know there's a second part. So when you get past the first part, you're like, damn, that was fucking tough. And then the second part, you see the second part, you're like, holy shit. It's another 30-minute investment. Yeah, full lava run, 100%. You kind of just have to, there are certain parts you kind of have to just get lucky on that jump quest. And yeah, I used to farm gold teeth like as my that was like my job. Like I used to farm gold teeth and sell them in sets of 30. It's a very lucrative business. I'll never forget, like, when I got my first Z helm. Like, I ran with the best guild in Scania. They're called Benevolence. I think later prices might have been that much, but at first, gold set of 30 gold teeth, I think it was like almost a mil at first, but with inflation it went up and stuff. Just like the same way where glove attack scrolls, when they first came out, 60% were going for 3.5 mil. But you know, like towards like 2008 and 9 and 10, like the price changed. Like it went up to 5 mil, then it went up to 7 mil. Then at one point, oh yeah, Addy, 09 Addy. Right now I'm streaming in 9:16, which is like YouTube short live stream or TikTok. And the way they work is like you view them on, they're like for viewing on your phone. So like you use full screen, but you hold your phone upright. I was trying something new. Tomorrow when I run a stream, it'll probably just be regular. But yeah, the prices for glove attack went through the roof. I think towards the end, I think towards 2010, 30% glove attack scrolls were going for like 25 mil. I think that's how much they went up. This is ChronoStory, Addy. It's a part of MapleStory Worlds, like Artale. It's really the best option I have for old school server that's actually run by Nexon. Unless I can get a classic stream key. But yeah, Calvin, glove attack was definitely the most well-known by scrolls, and the market was always dependent on glove attack. My favorite workup color is red because I played warrior mostly for my main. I played warrior, I played strength bandit, and then when KOC came out, I played Wind Archer for a little bit. But I hated it. Yeah, exactly, Calvin. Exactly. Another thing about it is like there's also a bandit skill, steal, and so now in classic, when you successfully steal on a monster, you get 35 weapon attack, and it sounds like such a huge number, and you would think, well, oh, if I have a warrior on my party, fighter, and he gives me rage, and on top of that I get the attack bonus from steal, like that's a boatload of weapon attack and I'll do a huge amount of damage. But now, because weapons are based on their own, what's this called, attack power rating or whatever, it's like it's a different, it's an addition and then multiplication scale, and it's just so different than the original weapon attack formula. It's ridiculous. What looks like a lot of a weapon attack will not even like really matter like half as much as it used to. But yeah, everybody subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to hit 500. I also really want to get into Classic. Maybe I'll get in for beta test 3. Yeah, so Calvin, when I played vanilla MapleStory, I ended up getting a chaos scroll and I sold it, and that was what allowed me to go from 8 attack work glove to a 12 attack. And at the time, I think 11 attack were like 150 mil, and I think the 12 attack was like 200 mil. But the difference in one single attack makes it could be a lot. Like going from like 8, I think 8 attacks you were like 30 mil at that time. I think 9 attacks were like 50 mil. 10 attacks were 64 mil. Yeah, to get a chaos scroll, I farmed at Drum Bunnies for 2 days. 2 whole days, because I was tired of people, you know, commenting on my damage being lower than theirs, and you know, like if you didn't have enough damage in vanilla MapleStory, people would not be able to overlook it, bro. But yeah, I eventually farmed at Drum Bunnies for 2 days until I got a chaos scroll. Like I went to sleep, woke up the next day, and grinded for like another like 16 hours. And then I got one. Yeah, bad damage and bad NX. You better believe being ugly was a sin. 100%. Even though it's a video game, people still react to the way you look. The best hairstyle for boys was the Metro hair. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look it up. It's just MapleStory Metro hairstyle. And one day I like saved up my lunch money for like 2 weeks. I went down to the fucking 7-Eleven, and when I got my very first Nexon cash card, $10 cash card, the first thing I fucking bought was a Metro hairstyle. Oh, Cabana is cool too. Yeah. There used to be this one face skin that is just a big eye. It's just a big fucking Cyclops eye. Do you know what I'm talking about? That shit is so ugly, bro. And one time, this guy tried to KS me at Himes. Himes is the Dreamy Ghost Monsters. And he had that face. And the huge lips, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Rand's walks, that hair is dope too. It's kind of unfair because the female hairstyles, like they got a lot more cool ones. Rockstar hair is also cool. But the females, like they really got a much better selection of good hairstyles. Like, cause the males, we had like the buzz cut one and like a bunch of ones that just like, they were NX hairstyles, but they looked like shit. And it's like, who wants to spend money and still look like shit, you know? Oh yeah, I was saying about PQs. Orbis PQ, the boss fight is super fun. Ludi PQ, the boss fight is super fun. Bro, Calvin, every good Mapler has a female account. Every good Mapler has access to playing a female character. Because it's great for Mesos and free pots. You could even get free leech playing as a female character. You always need at least one female character, because sometimes you have an item that needs to be sold, right? And you'll find when you're trying to sell this item, it's like, even if you go 10% below price, below asking price, it's like you still just can't get it sold. You hop on a female character and you go to channel 1 FM, bro, it's sold in a heartbeat. Oh, Rand's Walks, I hate that hairstyle. I know the one you're talking about, I hate that hair. Another great PQ is Rex PQ. It's like Resurrection of the Rest King or whatever, and basically you talk to Shamos, and you basically follow him around and protect him, and then at the very end of the PQ, like, you fight Rex. The great thing about that PQ is he has a chance to drop the mount, the Rex mount, which is like the hyena looking boar. I think I ran Rex PQ like 100 times probably, and I got the Rex mount in like the last 5 attempts. This is back in like when Rex PQ came out, probably like 2009 or 10. Oh, it's called Resurrection of the Hoblin King. Oh, Crimson Wood PQ. It's not really a PQ, but it's, you know, Crimson Wood is where you get the Mark of Narcane. NLC, no, but you know what, Ranch Walks? NLC had some of the best possible rewards you can get from Gatch as well. I know a lot of people who bought all their Gatch from NLC. I want to say that you can get brown work gloves from NLC Gatch. Yeah, I'd really like to see what changes they make in Classic next. Like, I'm sure they need to. I'm sure they plan to give Assassin back some of the power that it had. Because the way it looks now is just they still seem to do the best single target damage on like bosses and stuff. but it's just a little underwhelming. Rand's walks. Yeah, the Taiwan test is already finished, and they're already like, it's already up. Dino Fries have been playing it. I hear you, Calvin. It's true. A lot of classes really do need to be buffed. Yeah, China. Oh, CMS is China MapleStory, right? Yeah, I heard they're up as well. That's what I was saying. It's like GMS, because we're so heavily interested in cosmetics and stuff like that, like they're doing a big disservice to themselves. They're missing out on a lot of money. Like Nexon America, the players, they're guaranteed to drop that dollar. You know? As soon as the game begins, as soon as people start their characters, the very first thing they're gonna be doing is fucking dripping out, bro. $20 NX at least, just for drip. Just for drip. And you know, obviously we hate pay to win. We hate pay to win in Nexon America, but 2x cards were a big thing back in the day. Like one of my friends who started playing MapleStory later than me, because he wanted to reach my level, this dude went 8x. He used to use 2x cards like during an event, and he caught up to me in like days. He caught up to me in days playing cleric. He went to Voodoo's Hoodoos. This dude got from like level 60 to like level 90 something in like the matter of a few days. And if HP washing was still a thing, if it was, you better believe people in Nexon America will be dropping cash to HP wash their sins. If it was still needed, which it's not. I'm just saying how much, you know, we hate pay to win, but at the same time, like spending money in MapleStory is like it's like a very special feeling, you know? Like you just feel all giddy inside when you're holding that fucking NX cash card and you fucking, you know, you gotta put in the code. You go in the cash shop to put in the code. Like while you're putting in the code, like your hands are like shaking from excitement to fucking use this $10. That's true, like, that's true, Calvin. We don't want pay to win. We don't want pay to win. We don't like it, you know? There's something that is, it just feels cheap when you win that way. Like, I'm sure all of the people who were in the level 200 race at the time, like Curry is Hot and Fangblade They were racing like neck and neck for like a full 2 months. And I'm sure that they did use it. I'm sure they must have used 2x cards in order to, you know, get to level 200. But for the most part, we in general, we just don't like it. Most old MapleStory players look down on it. Yeah, that is true, Necroville. That is true. That is a good point. Nexon would sell you in a second. Nexon would sell you in a second. They would sell your data in a second. You better believe. We are... Yeah, that's true, Calvin. That is true. But Nexon would sell your info in a second, bro. We are talking about the mother of all microtransaction games. Although when I was a kid, I didn't mind it. Although when I was a kid playing this game, I really thought nothing of it. I just thought, oh, well, you can spend money in this game for a whole ton of different things, but my parents are not willing to give me $1 for it. So... I can only imagine what parents thought. Like seeing this game and having their kids ask them for money for it. Especially knowing it's free too. It is a truly smart business strategy though. Like the base game is free. It's kind of like what they did with Fortnite too. Like the base game is free, but everything that's cool costs money. It's genius, in fact. Yo, to be honest though, from your parents' point of view, I kind of don't blame them, you know? Of course they're gonna clown you for that, you know? They don't understand how important it is. They don't understand that there is somebody else somewhere in the world on a computer waiting for you to marry them. You're just like, Mom, you don't understand. The mashed potatoes can wait, okay? The love of my life is waiting for me. She's probably like, oh, Calvin, he really loves that game. And your dad is probably like, man, I'm about to unplug that fucking computer and toss it out the goddamn window. Because that's what my dad would say. My dad would be like, bro, you love this goddamn game so much. What if I just toss your fucking computer out the window? And to me, that was the worst. I was like, oh shit, no, I'll wash the dishes, I'll sweep the floors, I'll do anything you want. Just don't mess with my MapleStory, please. I didn't even have bad grades, but... I didn't even have bad grades, but my brother... when he wasn't doing so well in school, he wasn't allowed to play. What an idiot, right? If that was the least of your worries, just having to do well in school, it's really not that bad. But because I did alright in school, my parents had extra things for me. Like extra chores for me to do for me to be allowed to play video games. Oh man, I know what you mean, Calvin. I know what you mean. Not being able to play MapleStory was like a fucking death sentence. Like, bro, I literally played like every single day, bro. I literally played every single day. Hours and hours and hours in the day. I would go to sleep and wake up after my parents went to sleep, and just so I can get on Maple at like 3 a.m. and go to like go farm bosses. I would wake up at 3 a.m. and go check every single channel for Mush Mom. Like Scania had 20 channels at that time. I would check all 20 channels for Mush Mom. Run through the fucking ant tunnel. Check all the channels for Zombie Mush Mom. Run to Junior Barlog. Check all the channels for Junior Barlogs. It was like a huge dopamine thing. I'd run through as many bosses as I could at like 3 to 4, 5 a.m. And then I'll like look at all the scrolls I got. If Big Bang never happened, shit, I would have never stopped playing. Although a lot of my friends kind of did, Red Whip, yo. Red Whip is a fire weapon. Yeah, if you were a warrior, you needed a Red Whip just to walk places. You needed an equipment set just for walking. Bathrobe, shoes, Red Whip. That would get you to like maybe almost 130 speed. Or 140 is a max. The profession system is cool. I like it. The only thing is, it's like a bit much because it's a brand new mechanic. There's so much to learn. Like if you don't know anything about it, if you never played modern MapleStory and you don't know anything about professions, the learning curve is kind of high. Because it's not something that can be explained in 2 minutes. It's something that can be explained in like 20 minutes. So it's kind of a lot to learn. I think the fact that they already have like JM the Streets and Hennessy's and those kind of NPCs who can craft for you, like there's really no need for that system. Like we should have crafting, and crafting should be it. Like a whole all new professions is like kind of too much. As much as we want to build up classic and make it into a new game, we also still have to keep it simple. I feel you. I never played WoW because it was a monthly subscription, and my parents would never go for that. Like, you know how it was back in the day, like when you buy a video game, it's like you can explain to your parents like, okay, I need to buy this video game, and they understand it's one time. But if my parents, when I wanted WoW, and when they heard it's like $5 every single month, they were like, what the fuck? They're like, hell no, I'm not getting you that shit. I had to pay for it every month? They didn't understand the subscription model that everything is done under these days. Now everything has a fucking subscription. You can't even watch TV anymore without fucking Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus. I want to say it was pretty much the first AAA subscription based game. Or AA, I guess, back then. Like StarCraft had it too, but it was only for the online. Like when you play StarCraft, you buy it one time, but if you want to play the online services, I think you have to pay like $5 a month or something like that also. Yeah. True. You do need money to keep it alive. That's why MapleStory is so great, because, you know, we all wanted to spend money on cosmetics. It wasn't like a thing like we felt like we had to do. It was something like, you know, like you see it looks really cool and it's like, yeah, I want to get that. That's why the free subscription model is such crack. Play the game for free, get invested. Anything of worthwhile, you need to buy an X. The dash for warriors in classic looks so good. It really does. Like the skill effect looks amazing. And the distance cover doesn't look like it's so much to where it's class breaking or like, you know, you're traversing the whole fucking map or whatever. It's a small distance traveled and the effect looks awesome. I'm really glad they did it because, you know, I guess we've always had, we've technically had Rush for 4th job, but it's just as important for them to be able to get around in 3rd job as well. I mean, especially since it's 50 levels, 70 to 120, 50 levels, is a long time. It's a long fucking time to have no mobility. Malbec, the version of Maple I played the most of was classic or regular MapleStory back in the day, vanilla. I quit playing MapleStory in 2010 after the Big Bang, and just recently this is like the first time I'm playing MapleStory again. But I played from 2004 to 2010, every single day, like 8 to 12 hours a day, pretty much. So I played quite a bit of Maple. But yeah, Calvin, you were saying that people said it ruins the class identity of the Warriors. The thing is, the problem with that is that in comparison, their speed is just going to be too low in Classic. They needed it anyways. Like, even if it does ruin the class identity, it was necessary. Because the only other, like, close melee class without pirates being involved is bandits. And bandits have haste. So it's like, you know what I mean? Why would people play warriors? If you're forced to be so slow, like, yes, you're a close range melee class, but in compared to bandits, it's like they're fucking flying around the map with haste, you know? And then they eventually get flash step in 4th job, you know? Yeah, for real. People are, I know what you mean. I think it's a good change. I think it's a great change. They needed it. If they didn't, they just wouldn't be able to compete. And you're right, it really doesn't ruin the class identity, because like we said, they get rush in 4th job anyways. And not only that, but warriors in any game are always the cleave class. Like, they need something to push. They need something to push enemies in front of them so they can pin enemies against walls. It's one of the most important mechanics for warriors. So what's the point of letting a warrior get all the way to level 120 before they can pin something? You know what I mean? Like, doing it that way just means that they have to live for so long before they can really get their class identity. Giving it to them at 70 just makes it better, to be honest. Like, the warriors shouldn't have to wait until 120 to get a cleave attack, because that's part of what it means to be a warrior. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen a Night Lord and Bowmaster party try to pin a Bigfoot. Like, it's almost impossible for them. Like, they have to maneuver around so that the Bigfoot doesn't cross paths with the Bowman, because the Bowman doesn't have dark sight. They have to wait until they're both on the same side, opposite side of the Bigfoot, and they have to wait until it gets close to the wall. Then they open fire, and then they can pin it against the wall. But a warrior can just pin the Bigfoot against the wall immediately, easily. Or you can throw it around the fucking map if you want. Or, you know, from left to right. A 100%, Calvin. It's 100% course correction. It's 100% something they realized at the last second. Like, hey, wait a second. How are warriors supposed to be useful? Oh, I know what we'll do. We'll wait all the way until level 120, where no one ever fucking gets, and we'll lock rush behind a black skill book that's so difficult to get. You know, like, to get rush for 4th job warrior, it's like so difficult. The only mob that drops it are the Toro spears, right before Junior Barlog, like right before the Cursed Sanctuary. Fucking Taro spears and Pteromaticus or whatever. Like when I made 4th job back in the day, I farmed them for like a whole week and I never got it. I ended up having to buy one in the free market for 30 mil. Mm-hmm. Man, if I get a beta key, bro, I'm gonna fucking go wild. Yeah, Genesis 30 was always like the most expensive book. So was Zerk 30, because I needed Zerk 30, but I couldn't afford it. Like I got, on my DK, I got my Berserk to level 20, and I was like, okay, time to get Zerk 30, book. I think they were like 350 mil. That was why I started selling Bigfoot Leech. I started selling Bigfoot Leech thinking that I would eventually be able to afford Zerk 30. And ended up quitting before that. I say Zerk 30 was 350 mil, and I think Genesis 30 was 500 mil. Oh yeah, Maple Warrior 30 was also 500 mil. Yeah. Maple Warrior 30, that's the other one. That's the other super expensive one. And I never even put a single point into Maple Warrior because I played Dark Knight. So all of my skill points from the very beginning went to Zerk, and when I maxed out as Zerk 20, I started getting the Eye of the Beholder buffs, like the little black flame that stays next to you. Like for some classes, you don't even get Maple Warrior until like level 140. Just because there are like so many other things like your class needs first. And that's the other one, Power Stance. Power Stance is super important as a warrior. Well, depending on what boss you're trying to fight. And because I was selling Bigfoot Leech, like Power Stance is kind of important. Although there is a way to fight Bigfoot with the spear and not get hit at all. You have to be like, you have to get the distance down perfectly. But there's a way you can reach him with Dragon Crusher and not have to take any damage, so you don't need Power Stance. Yeah, that's true. Wolf Spiders was a big thing for Leech. It always was. But you know, like we said, NLC didn't come out until I want to say NLC came out in 2008. Yeah, I feel you. The only problem with Meso explosioning Bigfoot is just the cost. Like you need maxed, you need max Meso Explosion. It needs to be level 30. And then you can do it kind of cost effective. I'm not sure how much it costs to kill it. But I think Gobies is more efficient. I think Meso Explosioning at Gobies is more efficient than Bigfoot. I actually, back in the day on my Chief Bandit, when I got to level 70, the first skill point I put was Meso Explosion. Because I heard that you can level from 70 to 71, like really fast by, you know, Meso Explosion and Gobies. And that was what I did. Oh, Heims, you're right. Heims was actually great for Meso Explosion. But the thing is, sometimes you run into Black Crow. And sometimes for Heims, a lot of the channels that are open, the only reason people are not there is because there's a fucking Black Crow in that channel. That's the problem with Heims. Heims was always so goddamn crowded. Like, you would be lucky if there was an open map on Heims. You're just as lucky as there being an open map for Hoodoos Voodoos. Or MP3. Heims was super contested. And I got into a bunch of fights with people. I got into a bunch of KS wars at Heims. At least more than a dozen times. And in fact, one of the people who KS'd me at Heims used the Cyclops face skin. I hated him. And he was bald. He was like the eyeball face and he was bald. In fact, Heims was so great for if you were a priest and you were above level 100. Yeah, that is the root of my beef. That is the root of my beef. He his name was Korean OCG, and I remember when I asked him to change channel, he said, I said, let's not get into it. Like, let's not get into the whole KS war or whatever. And he said, I like it a lot. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But if you're a priest and if you're over level 100, like, the best thing you could do is solo Heims. Like, usually people run the party like DK and priest. But if you're, you know, once you're a high enough level, you can just fucking solo them if you can't find a DK to party with. But of course, you know, priests are the most sought after class ever for parties. Like, back in the day, if you were a priest and if you had maxed holy symbol and you didn't have people begging you 24/7 to train with them, then you were just stupid and you weren't using your using your class to your advantage. Because I always used to have like 3 priests on my buddy list who weren't friends, but I would every time I see them on, I'll be like, hey bro, do you want to train? Like, hey bro, do you want to go to Heims? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Calvin. It's like, that's why we need to reduce party EXP. If we reduce party EXP, there's going to be a need for holy symbol, which is the way it should be. Like, party training should not be so viable if there's no holy symbol. Why is there so much experience with no holy symbol? It doesn't make any sense, bro. It really, really doesn't. And especially the way the multiples go up. Like, the more people in the party, it's like the multiple shoots up. I think it's like 160% at full party or something like that. It's just too much. Exactly. 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 And they need to. They need to incentivize partying with priests. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, why would people? Let's say by nature, priests are the lowest DPS in the game. That's by nature. That's by design. There has to be some reason that we need them. Or else no one's going to use them. I don't want people to look down on the priest class or whatever. Like, that's stupid. They should be an integral, just like I was saying, every single party needs a healer, needs a cleave, and needs an attacker. Healing, oops. Yeah, I know. They decreased the healing from 300% to 150%. Which is stupid, because when you heal as a healer, you're supposed to be able to get people to full, everybody in the party. Like, that's the whole point of it. With the nerf, now healers are going to have to strictly hold down heal. Like, hold that shit down. What fun is that? The whole point of... What the fuck? The whole point of, giving priests, like, the better holy arrow and, you know, like, a better attacking pattern is so that you can heal once, shoot a fucking 3-shot arrow, and then you can heal again. That's the way it should be, at least. Because I had friends who complained about that in the past, who, like, when we would go to Heims, they would be upset because they were healing so much. But what they really wanted to do was heal and then also use that AoE attack, where, like, that white spirit goes above their head and then, you know, attacks monsters around them. Like, it's no fun for a healer to just hold down the heal button monotonously. Oops. Oh, true. Bless? No, you're right. You're right. Bless is... You know what? Bless was always super important. Because as a warrior, I always needed Bless. I always needed that accuracy. Especially for bosses. Like, I couldn't hit a Lishar. Oh, okay, good. But yeah. I don't know, I'm just a naked man, you know? I'm just a naked dude running around. Oddly enough, for some reason, it's not even showing when I do have equipment on. Oh ho ho, that's why. Blue underwear. Blue underwear. But yeah, guys, I think I'm actually gonna get off for the night. It's been fun talking with everybody. I'll probably pop on another stream tomorrow. I'll be looking into how many people got in to Classic World. I'll be reviewing the Reddits and everything. Isn't that a woman's top? Oh my god, it is a woman's top. Why do I have breasts? I will say though, I do look good, don't I? It's ChronoStory. I don't even know how my character is allowed to wear this shirt. That is 100% a female shirt with 2 breasts that do look mighty fine. That's pretty crazy. Summer red, hot girl summer. But yeah, I'm gonna be on tomorrow as well. I'm gonna look into Reddit. I'm gonna see how many people are getting accepted into the 2nd and 3rd invite wave. I'm gonna see what people are saying, and then we'll talk about it when I get on stream tomorrow. Probably around the same time. Everybody have a good night, okay? It's been fun talking with all of you. You guys are great. Peace. Hey, thank you, Calvin. Peace out, buddy. Check out my vids. Thank you. Peace.